ATL in the whole wide entire world. Like, not this big, but the whole wide entire world. Great morning, ATL. It's your girl, Steph Tiller. Welcome to the Morning Coffee Swig each and every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10. All right. I know y'all missing J-Boy. Y'all didn't hear J-Boy come on. I can't do J-Boy. I can just do self. Gina. That's all I know how to do, okay? But the fact that we don't have Steph this morning, we do have a guest, okay? And this guest is also from IVNX Radio family. She has a show called Epiphany Suite. It's also on ATL's Mix 100. I want to welcome you guys, Miss Shia.
Miss Shyla, thank you.
Shyla, there we go.
It's early. It's okay.
Girl, we're going to do that all show, okay? It's all show. Everything is going to be wrong. I'm looking at it on
it's
the
okay. It's Monday. Only thing you had to do, only thing you had to do was wake up. That's all you had to do. Everything else will fall in place.
That's it. All right, we are the same page. We are here already.
Yes.
So how was your weekend?
My weekend actually was pretty good, honestly. I actually was able to, the first weekend I really got out per se, not out, but went and started to look back like myself and see the fresh braids, see the edges intact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, see the nails all together. So that's what I did this weekend. Not just did a little beautification.
A lot of feminine energy going on. This is a lot of feminine energy.
Yes.
So, I'm glad you went and got your nails done because I had to go and get me an old pedicure too. And which I hate doing. Do you hate that? Is that something fun to you?
Getting my nails done and stuff done?
Yeah.
Yes, I enjoy getting my nails done, but in the same token, I'm the only one in the shop. It's just me and my nail tech. So I can't not to knock anyone who goes to the big nail shops in the mall. Not to knock that, but for me, it's nobody else is in there. It's just me and my black nail tech. Shout out to the black nail tech, Rhonda G.
Hey.
But so I enjoy doing that part. I don't enjoy eyebrows. I don't enjoy that.
Okay. Well, I can't stand either. One, I don't have the time to do either. I wish I could just wake up and do something else, just anything else. I don't know, snap my fingers or do it while I'm asleep, which I barely get sleep. So I just I don't want to be bothered. I don't know. I hate going to get my nails done. It's like
I fall asleep most of the time.
It's like a job.
Maybe because I fall asleep.
3 hours.
No.
Well, it doesn't take 3 hours for the actual nails, but it takes 3 hours just for the whole process of knowing I got an appointment, so I got to stop whatever it is that I'm doing at least an hour, 30, 40 minutes prior, and then go sit there an hour, and then, leave. Just, I don't know, it's just too much time for me. I hate it. But I love it. I can't go without it. Never, ever, ever.
Normally I fall asleep. I will. I use that for nap time, or either I will just catch up with my nail tech, because I can catch up from her as a business owner, being a woman in business. I can get stuff from her. We talking about whenever I decide to be grown up and have a relationship, is which is not. But
all right, so listen, I don't mean to cut you off or anything, but during this time, we always do our top swigs. So that's what I want to get into right now. Let's get into some top swigs. First of all, hi everybody. Hi J-Boy, because I know you out there listening. J-Boy don't come back with no whole bunch of jobs and delegations for everybody now. Y'all know when J-Boy out of town, then that means he's on tour. He's on a to do nothing tour. Doing nothing. I know they doing nothing but having a good time. That's not fair. I wish I could be there. But I'm saucy over here. I'm real saucy. But Oh no, I got to be something. I got to be. I want to be rolling with the fellas. They be having way too much fun. They be doing too much. And I don't know how they become part of my top swigs. The nerve of them. But listen, so every morning, Miss Shyla, we do the top swigs, and the top swigs is us just basically giving out news. So that's what we're gonna jump right into. So right now we are waking up on a Monday morning when we're supposed to be sending. Many have already went back to school, and a lot are sending their kids to school next week with a 40% increase in children's coronavirus cases. 40% increase. And this is, during the time, like I said, with them, some are getting ready to go to school, and some are already in school. This is serious. This is serious. I'm not sure, what precautions that we need to take further, you know what I'm saying, to protect our families. But for right now, with a 40% increase, I wouldn't send my kids to school.
I wouldn't send my dog to school right now. I'll be honest. I would not. I won't. No, I won't. I think, thank God I don't have children right now. I hate to say it like that, but with the whole coronavirus and everything like that, to even have to be put in the position to choose because of lack of leadership or thereof, however your opinion, status is. But just the simple fact that to be a parent, you have to make that decision. Do I send you to school? And to be a teacher. Because a lot of teachers love being teachers. I have a lot of friends that are teachers. They love it. Yeah. But in the same token, they don't love it. You can't expect them to love you and your child more than themselves. That doesn't make sense. So I'm of the belief that for right now, the way I see it, shut it all down. I know people don't want to hear that, but I promise you, if you talk to anyone who's had corona, is going through it, or is recovering for it, or has had it, they will tell you, shut it down. You don't want it.
So a lot of people are listening right now, and I want them to get your, where you're coming from a experience perspective. So you have also tested positive for corona, and you're just getting over the coronavirus, right?
Yes, I am now 4 weeks out. I'm 4 weeks out. Okay. I tested positive on July 5th. And I will tell you, it is the absolute worst pain I've ever been in my life. Ever.
Okay. So
I went in.
What made you get tested?
My symptoms. I thought I had a sinus infection. Because it was just hurting, right in the sinus cavity. And I was like, you know what? Let me go get this little sinus infection. Because that Monday, that July 5th, I woke up with the headache and with the sinus infection. Like, you know what? That makes sense. I know my body. Sinus infection. Let's go. So took medicine Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday morning, woke up and felt, halfway decent. Still a little sinus pressure. But you know what? Did my show. And Thursday, woke up like 10 times worse. And so I was like, you know what? Let me just go to the doctor. Go ahead and give me this little shot in the hip, and we out of here. I went to the doctor, and she went to examine me. And she's like, I don't see any infection. I'm like, no, it's something up in here. I know I'm in pain. And she, did the little thing of, testing the sinus cavities. And when she pressed into here, it was like a pain I'd never experienced. And she's like, I don't think this is sinus infection. I really think that, I think you need to be tested for corona. And I'm like, no, I don't need no corona testing because I've been careful. I've been at home quarantine because, again, I had my mom here with me. So she is in that category of being high risk. So now we don't play about Queen. And went ahead and tested. And it came back that very next day positive. And I could be a thug on my thugnificent flow. I didn't cry. I cried. Yes, I cried that initial, because it's like, okay, wait a minute, what I'm gonna do? What is it? Because the doctor's saying, hey, we don't know a lot about it. We're still learning. So what you mean? How you still learning? But you just diagnosed me with something,
right?
And I went on to, yeah, and I worried about my mom, but thank God my mom did not catch it. But it is what you have to go through, and I think that's the part a lot of people don't talk about is that even though I'm in my apartment, but I had to stay separated from my mom. So she had to stay in one part of my apartment, I had to stay in the other. It had disinfect everything every day, and we already clean. We already I'm from the country. We use bleach.
Right. On
Um,
everything.
on everything, and the
So, what are
pain.
some of the misconceptions? Because there's a lot of misinformation going out there. See, in the pain level and all of that. Like, what are some of the misconceptions out there that you can clear up for us?
Um, something is that you're gonna automatically cough, and it's gonna come in like a more so like flu symptoms. I didn't have any of that. I didn't cough. I didn't do anything like that. Um,
Wow.
another misconception is that a lot of people will automatically think if I don't know if y'all can tell how much extra I've been blessed in the hips, but like if you're overweight or something like that, which I'm okay with myself. I said that is that you're high risk or you can't beat it because I did it. Um, and another thing is that what they don't talk about is the mental strain it will put on you. So it's
Mm-hmm.
important to keep people who speak positivity, who speak life into you, the mental of it all, because you're isolated, you're by yourself. And if we're honest, it's one thing to have me time, it's another thing to be isolated. It's a completely
Yeah.
different situation. So that is one of the biggest I don't know if it's a misconception. They just don't say it. You can, if you're
So,
not
how's
careful,
the
you could easily
testing?
sleep into
Like, is
that.
the testing was that hard to go through?
It's uncomfortable. It wasn't hard
It's
though. It's
uncomfortable.
just like
Okay.
you ever actually hit your nose or something, and that yeah, but
It
it
just
doesn't
burn a little
necessarily
bit, make
hurt.
your eyes water, and you keep on
Yeah,
moving.
yeah, the
Okay.
testing, losing your taste, your taste and your smell.
Mm-hmm.
It may not happen right away. It may happen. One of the conceptions that it can get worse before it gets better.
Mm.
But don't necessarily look for flu-like symptoms. If you know what I
Okay.
mean,
Do
like
you
that.
lose your
Mine didn't. I
taste
didn't
and
have.
smell?
But I did lose my taste and my smell. And it did come back. But however, the reality is I was blessed because it can take anywhere from 3 months to a year for it to come back in some people, depending on the
Agreed.
damage.
I have a friend, a really close friend of mine, and so I just took him some Ensure milk last week. No, this weekend, and I'll take some more Ensure milk this week. Here, he likes strawberry Ensure milk because he has not regained his appetite or taste.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh my
You
God!
don't.
Did you lose a lot of weight?
I lost 8 pounds. But again, I have my mom. I got my mama here, so she was she was able to be up and about, um, and still make sure that to actually make me eat because I didn't want to eat. Because if you show me something that's supposed to taste a certain way, I want to taste it.
Right.
And so, yeah, I want to taste it. And so it was frustrating. It was very, very frustrating. But she made sure that I still had something to eat. And I will say this: you have to make a lot of it depends on you. You have to make yourself get up. You have to make yourself move. You have to make yourself say, "I'm gonna beat this. This is not gonna beat me." You have to.
Wow.
So that I think that's a huge misconception is the depression piece of it, and nobody talks about that at
Okay, so
all.
you do fall into depression. You do lose your appetite. You do don't
Mhm.
know when you're regaining the appetite and the pain level. Is it okay? So I've heard that it's like swallowing glass.
For me, I didn't have that because mine was all in my head, all in this area. I don't want to say my head
Okay.
sounds like I'm making it up, but my the as far as the pain, the
Mm-hmm.
headache level is the like you could have cut my head off. I would have been okay with that. Just walking around head and shoulders. I promise you, I would have been okay.
Wow.
It felt like someone was in the center of my head, going down the middle, pushing the two parts of my brain to opposite side. It's the worst pain I've been in my life. Ever.
And
Ever.
how long did this last?
Um, off and on total about 8 days, but there were 2 days that were just awful, that were just the worst. Um, and it was 2 days in which I promise you, it's not that I wanted to die, but just sound like death was the only way I was going to get relief from that. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
But again, it goes back to, I had people constantly texting me and saying, hey, you got to beat this because you are the testimony. You got to be, you're going to beat this. You know what I mean? Like it makes a difference, and it made me appreciate really people who isn't you, but it's a completely different energy when a person will speak into your life and speak highly of you, to you, and behind your back. Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad we're glad you overcame the situation. We're glad that you even are comfortable with telling your testimony with this COVID thing going on, because right now it sounds like it's going to get worse within our within the world before it gets better. And if we're going into the second realm of this COVID, real quick before we have to go on break, what suggestions would you give to people that haven't had it but aren't taking the precautions that they need to take?
This might get me in trouble. Here's for the people who are trying to avoid it and you still for whatever reason get it. Go, if you have to come back and it says positive, just know that don't look at the end. Just get through that first 14 days. Don't, say, what's this, because it will stress you out even more, and you don't, because it will take you away. Even now, I'm not all the way back 100% the way I was. So don't think it like that. For the people who don't take any precautions at all, if you don't take any precautions, when you get sick, don't say nothing. Don't take away from somebody else. That's just how I, feel about it. Don't do that. You already, you said you ain't worried about, you don't care about the next human. You don't care about, what may happen, what you may cause. So I tell you what, keep that same energy. If you don't wear your mask, don't wash your hands, sit your nasty behind right on over there, but don't go to the hospital. Don't do that, because you buck like that. That's okay. And I know that's mean, but there's my swig.
Sometimes somebody have to receive it in that form right there, raw and uncut. It's going to be a whole raw and uncut show. As you can tell, J-Boy is not here today. J-Boy is on tour, if you're wondering why you aren't seeing him or hearing his voice today, and he will be back on tomorrow. But if you've been following his IG page, then you already know what he's been up to. And it was whole birthday, child. They was free. We've been quarantined. You already know what J-Boy was up to. But we're going to take a break right here. We'll be back with the word of the day and, of course, the morning motivation starter pack. Keep it locked right here on the Morning Coffee Suite.
Yeah. Okay. Lil CC on the beat. Yeah. I mean, where should I really even start? I got that I'm keeping in the dark. I got my across the street living large. Thinking back to the fact that they dead, thought my raps wasn't facts till they sat with the bars. I got 2 phones, one need a charge. Yeah, they twins, I could tell they apart. I got big packs coming on the way. I got big stacks coming out to save. I got Lil Max with me, he the wave. It's a big gap between us and the game. In the next life, I'm trying to stay paid. When I die, put my money in the grave. When I die, put my money in the grave. I really gotta put a couple in their place. Really just lapped every in a race. I really might tap really on my face. Lil CC, let it slap with the bass. I used to save with a mask in a cave. Now I'm like, nah, love, I'm good, go away. Ain't about to die with no money I done gave you. I was on top when it meant a lot. Still on top like I'm scared of the drop. Still on top and these wanna swap. Wanna swap like it's sauce in a Watts. I don't wanna change cause I'm good where I'm at. Mob tie, so I'm always good where I'm at. Word of Junior, Jazzy, Baby J. Tell them when I die, put my money in a crack.
Couple figures, kill a skull and collect. Then she on to the next. Really living large, she ain't all with a Mac. When you thinking small in the mall with a rat. Roll with us if you really wanna get it. Go get a $500,000 in a Sprinter. Phone ringing, no a big tipple. I got the hook up and there really no limit. Dead brokers in you DNA. Ricky Smiley syndicated with the look, just another state case. Bury mine, but Chase Bank time to bounce. Gotta count on my allowance. Kitchen, so I gotta rewrite it. Dripping like I got $1 zillion. Got the trap jumping like Zane when I'm rebounding. Then I'm out, and I never talk about it. The homie squad, but we all smoke the loudest. Rich, then I'm really being modest. Cause the way I do my deals, never treated like an artist. Want the house. You could DM my account. My DM 6 figures and I'm counting. 9 figures was the goal till I hit the east. They ain't living, so bury mine with me. Ross got it.
When I die, put my money in a grave. I really gotta put a couple in a place. Really just lapped every in a race. I really might tap, really on my face. Lil CC, let it slap with the bass. I used to save with a mask in a cave. Now I'm like, nah, love, I'm good, go away. Ain't about to die with no money I done gave you.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know, the return. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The crowd is here and the lights are on, and they wanna show, yeah.
Yeah, a fresh, cool young Lou, trying to cash his microphone check 212. Wanna believe my own hype, but it's too untrue. The world brought me to my knees, what have you brung you? Did you improve on the design, did you do something new? Where your name in on the guest list, who brung you? You, the more famous person, you come through. And the sexy lady next to you, you come too. And then the hitman, standing outside of heaven, waiting for God to come and get me. I'm too uncouth, unschooled to the rules, and too gumshoe. Too much of a newcomer and too uncool. Like Shadow in the Veil, I battle with it well, though I need a holiday like Lady Who Sung Blue. Go back, whatever you did, you undo. Heavy as heaven, the devil on me 2 tons too.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know, yeah.
And you better wear your shades. The spotlights here can burn holes through the stage. Down through the basement past the Indian graves where the dinosaurs laid. And out through China nearly misses airliners. Magnified ×5. This is pointed at the rhyme. Ricochets off the moon and sets the forest ablaze. Now that's important to say, cause even with all that, most of us don't want it to fade. Duh. We want it to braid, meaning we want it to grow, meaning we want it to stay. Like the governor called and he told him to wait. Unstrap him from the chair and put him back in his cage. The audience ain't phased, and they ain't gon' clap, and they ain't gon' praise. They want everything back that they paid, cause they've been waiting since 10 to see the lights get dim.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The crowd is here and the lights are on, and they wanna show, yeah.
So Chauffeur, come and take me away. Cause I've been standing in this line for like 5 whole days. Me and security ain't getting along. And when I got to the front, they told me all of the tickets were gone. So just take me home where the mood is mellow, when the roses are thrown, M&M's are yellow, when the light bulbs around my mirror don't flicker. Everybody gets a nice autograph picture. One for you and one for your sister, who had to work tonight but is an avid listener. Every song's a favorite song and mics don't feedback. All the reviewers say you need to go and see that. And everybody claps cause everybody is pleased. And then they all take the stage and start performing for me. Like ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know, oh, oh, oh. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The crowd is here and the lights are on, and they wanna show, oh, 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 yeah. If you are what you say you are, then have no fear.
My gosh, that is one of my most favorite songs. Every time I create a playlist, that's always like number 10. So welcome back to the Morning Coffee Swig with your girl Steph. Today I have my guest co-host named Mrs. Shyla. There she is. Hey mama.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. All right, and every day we give you guys a word of the day. Why do we do that? So you can have better conversation. You can sound like you're the smartest person in the room, even if you are not. Miss Shyla, you got the word of the day this morning.
I do have the word of the day, and it's so fitting for today. So fitting.
Okay, I think so too.
Word of the day is vivacious. By definition, means lively in temper, conduct, or spirit. Sprightly. I've been described as vivacious. And then it says, it's no surprise that vivacious means full of life, since it can be traced back to the Latin verb vivere. I hope I pronounced that right. Countries, I told you I'm a good old country girl. Meaning to live. The word was created around the mid-17th century using vivax and a vivere derivative meaning long-lived, vigorous, or high-spirited. So be vivacious today. Do that for me. Or in my case, it would be a noun.
Word.
I would use it as a noun. Yeah, I do too. I think it's fitting. I think it's very fitting for today. I think you're vivacious, Miss Steph.
Oh, well, thank you. And one of the examples that they have on here is the host was a vivacious woman with a knack for making people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
They're talking to
Yes. That's why I think you're vivacious. I think you're vivacious.
Oh, well, thank you, darling. And I'll be using that word today just because it makes me feel really graceful and whatnot.
Very
so
fancy.
See my shoulders go up if I go live and you see me walking like I'm Blythe Devereaux, then I say, oh, I'm having such a vivacious day because I'm a vivacious individual.
Vivacious today.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel
Yes.
good about the word. Yeah, I think we'll implement that into the vocabulary. Yeah. So, all right, that's your word of the day. Now we got to get motivated to use these words, motivated to put them into perspective. So, I'm, of course, going to deliver the morning motivation starter pack today for you. Check it out.
Get you up, prepared, and ready to take on this day. Well, as I tell you guys each and every day, there's a hero that lives inside of you. Someone who's special, someone who wants you to do something great with your life, someone who wants you to do creative work, someone who wants you to be the change in the world that you wish to see today, and that you can never be too distracted that you forget who you truly are, because the only person that's stopping you from living your best and most greatest life is who? You.
The only person that's stopping you from living your best and most greatest life is who? You. Exactly. So there should be, without a shadow of a doubt, that whatever you choose to do in life is done because you want it to be done. However, shoot for the stars. If you're going to do it right. Shoot for the stars. If you're going to do it, go all out with it. Be vivacious about it. Jump off the porch and just, make sure you feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Because feeling something, you're going to see it all in my face. You're going to believe it all in my voice. It's going to be in my posture. It's going to be in my demeanor. If I feel strongly about something, the world will feel strongly about it. If I believe in me, the world would believe in me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I go about when I do things. So I'm going to shoot for the stars in whatever it is that I do. I'm that right now kind of girl. Like, if it's going to happen, let's do it right now. Because if I claim that I'm a star, if I always talk about being a star, and I can't wait to do this, and I can't wait to do that, what makes you think I ain't ready? If you stay ready, you don't ever get ready. I will always stay ready. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what it is. Even today, you know what I'm saying, with Jason not being here, it's like, Steph, can you hold your own? Do I got 10 toes? Absolutely. Yes, I do. So, yes, I can. But I was a little scared, I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna jump out there anyway, because that's what we do. When you know and you're for sure in your abilities, you're for sure in who you are, you're gonna continue to always make sure you shoot for the stars. And that's my motivation to you, not just because, it's cliche. I don't want it to sound cliche. It's like, oh, hey, good day, I want you guys to shoot for the star. Now, we ain't gonna stop right there. Not only are you shooting for the stars, but you're believing in yourself, and you're creating the law of attraction of others to believe in what you're saying, believe in what you're doing, believe in who you are as a being. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want you guys to take away from this today. That even, through anything, shoot for the stars, shoot high, aim high, because even if you land a little bit low, it's still okay, because you was already aiming high. It'll still be higher than you are right now, or higher than you were already imagining it on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got some levels. I know Jason always say, don't have a plan B, just have a plan A and shoot for just that. Sometimes if you land on that plan B, it's not as bad as landing on. It's not as bad as not taking off at all. So shoot for the stars. Continue for the stars. If you are who you say you are, be just that. You know what I'm saying? Take off running with it. I will always do that. If you look at my page or if you follow me, you will always know that I'm going to give motivational tips. I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going through, how I got through it, my experience with it. Did it work for me? Did it not work for me? Will I try it again? Because everything won't fit right away. Sometimes you got to wiggle it through. And then, you know what I'm saying, and let it connect and be in sync with where you're trying to go or what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And that belief don't come overnight. Believing in yourself never have come overnight. Some people wake up like that. Some people born like that. Some people are grounded like that within their homes. They're raised that way to believe in yourself and know that you can do these things, and they're very confident. And a lot of people have to rebuild themselves, reinvent themselves, and reinvent the level of confidence. Well, invent a level of confidence that they've never had before. You know what I'm saying? Something triggered in their life where now I feel more comfortable about myself and about who I am. My self-esteem is changing. My environment has changed. So yeah, I feel a little bit better about myself. So nothing is done overnight. So if you don't have that confidence, because I wasn't just speaking to those who already have this confidence and already have this and the third. No, I'm speaking to those who still are in that battle of trying to get everything that they need. You're going to get everything that you want. You got to believe that you can get it. You got to believe that it's already yours. Believe that you can get it. Believe that other people know it's yours. Believe that you deserve it and expect it to happen. I always tell you guys about expectations. Expect it to happen. Miss Shirley.
I'm here.
All right. I just want to know if you got anything you want to add to that before I just, decide I want to close this thing up. Do you have anything that you want to add to
I think that was a good sermonette. I thought that was, but I have to agree with you. I'm a firm believer of there's no such thing as a no when it comes to me. If I ask you and you say no, I just didn't ask the right person. And no is a blessing. So a closed door is a blessing. So if it wasn't here, then it's gonna be there, but it's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So you either can be part of the greatness that I am destined for, or you can be a witness to it. It's up to you. Where's your position on it?
Come on.
That's just where I that's how I feel about it. So
that's why.
and I think as far as what you're saying, as far as expecting it, you have to expect and you have to know and be confident and be confident.
Yeah.
You have to I've just learned that I'm my destiny and I'm so blessed. Even my mistakes work in my favor.
Ooh, come
So
on
I'm
now.
going to give
Yes.
every let me tell you, every good thing in this life I want, and I ain't gonna stop working until I get it. That's my part of the sermonette that I had put on with Reverend Steph.
Come on now.
That's
Come
what
on
I
now.
put to.
Come on, Miss. All right now. All right, so we on the same page this morning. I feel a lot of divine feminine energy going on. You know, we vibing. So y'all already know what we're gonna talk about today.
Yes.
I'm gonna tease this topic. All right. So oh wait, let's close this out because I'm ready to do some talking today to you, Miss Shyla. So that's your morning motivation starter pay from your girl Steph and Miss Shyla, all right?
To all my dreamers that still believe in dream the way that I believe in dreams, continue to chase your dreams and chase your dreams until you get tired. And when you get tired of chasing your dreams, you chase them some more, and some more. And if you're scared to do it anyway.
Let's go.
All right. So welcome back. Y'all see already, we pumped. We ready. We feeling vivacious this morning. We've overcome some things. We having this whole girl chitter chatter chirp. And it's not useless. It's actually meaningful. So today's topic, I'm going to go ahead and tease this topic. So with everything that's going on in the music industry right now, and we're trying to sustain a level of women empowerment. And our female MCs are also trying to make sure we stay relevant in that arena, but also, know, they hold a higher platform than most entertainers. Not just female, but in the music industry. They hold, that's the platform for a lot of things. That's the fashion, that's the lingo, that's the sayings, and yada, yada, yada. So, WAP just came out.
Okay.
And they're saying that it's too vulgar and that it's, showing our children the wrong thing. Do you think that this millennial age is, responsible for that? Or do you think that it's, you need to be trying to teach your own child? And you know what I'm saying? But I don't want you to answer right now. I just want you to think about that. Because we're going to go to a break real quick. And then, of course, we got to come back and give us some weather and let people know if they can go outside, if they need a raincoat, or if they need a jacket, and a pair of shout pants or a skirt or a skirt. But we'll be right back. I just want you to think on that. But that's the topic teaser. I had to give you that topic teaser so it can be trending all in your brain right now. Is the women today and the millennials, are we causing the wrong upbringing for these girls? Or is that our fault? Or was it already a thing from back in the day? All right.
I got you.
Keep it locked. Morning coffee, sweetie.
Look, it's all bad, it's all real. I ride in some big tall hills, big fat checks, big large bills. Run out, flip like 10 car wheels. Cold. I give raw chills, 10 different looks, and my looks so kill. Like it's in the mouth, I feel all grills. Heat in the car, that's wheels on wheels. Woo! I was born to flex, diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets, I like more than sex. But nothing in this world that I like more than checks. Money. All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All I back need is the money. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I'll shoot. Bow, shake a little. You get a little bag and take it to the store. Get a little cash. You shake it real fast, you get a little more. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I gotta fly, I need a jet. I need room for my legs. I got a baby, I need some money. Yeah, I need teeth for my egg. All y'all is in trouble. Bring brass knuckles to scuffle. I heard that Cardi went pop. Yeah, I did go pop. That's me busting that bubble. I'm the Sonny with the drip. Baby mommy with the clip. Walk out bodies with a. Bring a thotty to the whip. Is she fine or she thick? Damn, walking past the mirror. Ooh, damn, I'm fine. my neck. I like boarding jets, I like more than sex. But nothing in this world that I like more than checks. Money. All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All I back need is the money. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I'll shoot. Bow, shake a little. You get a little bag and take it to the store. Get a little cash. You shake it real fast, you get a little more. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I'll shoot. Yo, Papa, you pop. Pop, Papa, whoever. You know who pop the most? The people who not together. You know that cardio freak. All my pajamas is leather. So back on your ass. Wakanda forever. Sweet like a honey bun, spit like a tummy gun. Roll yeah, one on one. Come get your mommy some cardiac. Tip top. Kiss the ring and kick rock, sis. Jump it down, back it up. Ooh, ayy. Make that 2K. I like my birth like dude. Say he gonna eat this like soup. I was born to flex. Diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets. I like more than sex. But nothing in this world that I like more than culture. All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All I back need is a KC. Money. 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 Money.
Yeah. It's time for ATL weather and other random shit.
All right, guys, you already know we give you guys the weather each and every day. Since, we have a guest co-host and we are having, a sit-in. Well, we have a guest co-host and her name is Miss Shyla. She's going to deliver the weather to you.
The weather. Oh, the weather. You know what? I was so busy thinking about that question. I didn't pull up the weather. I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, you're fine. Today, I can go ahead and give it to you. Today is going to be currently 74 degrees in ATL and mostly sunny. Temperatures will heat up nicely, but the sun won't last for always. So nothing good lasts forever anyway. 50% chance of rain starting around like 3 p.m. It should last about 7 o'clock p.m. So make sure you pack an umbrella just in case, ladies. We're not walking around with grocery Kroger bags on our heads and feet no more. We can get an umbrella. Simply put, a nice little dainty little umbrella, okay? All right, so that's your weather. Currently 74 degrees right now in the ATL. And our random city weather report comes from Friendly, West Virginia. Okay. Friendly, West Virginia. Currently 65 degrees and really sunny. Sounds like a beautiful morning there. Cheese, very friendly and vivacious. Expect high winds of 92 degrees today. No rain, so they won't be getting any rain. Enjoy West Virginia, Friendly West Virginia, and that is your ATL and random city weather report. So yeah, we've already talked to you guys today about what we're going to be talking about for later. So we want you guys to also be thinking about that question. That question it just wasn't for the co-host or myself. It's also for you too. So you be thinking about that. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about today's music changing? And women being able to express themselves in certain ways that one would say is a bit racy or too vulgar. Is there a such thing as too vulgar with other rap groups and other artists and R&B music that pertain to the same style of music? What is your take on that? How do you feel about it? What's your stand on it? Go over to our Facebook page, our Instagram page, or whatever. Tell us your opinions and how you feel about it. We'll be checking out for that. But keep it locked right here on the Morning Coffee Swig. We're going to take a short break, and we will be right back with The Edge.
Look.
Creep on in, on in, on in. Whoa. See, I'm riding high. Whoa. Kinda broke this evening, y'all, so all I got is vibe. I got vibe.
Player, give me some brew and I might just chill. But I'm the type to like to light another joint like Cypress Hill. I still do be spit loogies when I puff on it. I got some bucks on it, but it ain't enough on it. Go get the S-T-I-D-E-S. Nevertheless, I'm hella fresh, rolling joints like a cigarette. So pass it across the table like ping pong. I'm gone, beating my chest like King Kong. It's on, wrap my lips around the 40. And when it comes to getting another stogie, fools all kick in like Shinobi. Know me ain't my homie to begin with. It's too many heads to be. Probably let my friend hit bit. Unless you pull out the fat crispy $5 bill on the real before it's history. Cause fools be having them vacuum lungs. And if you let them hit it for free, you hella dumb, da-dum-dum. I come to school with a Taylor on my earlobe, avoiding all the flick teasers, skeezers, and weirdos. Got me throwing off the land like where the bomb at. Give me $2, you take a puff and pass my bomb back. Suck up the dank like a Slurpee. The serious bomb will make a nigga go delirious like Eddie Murphy. I got more growing pains than Maggie, cause homies snagged me to take the dank out of the bag. Whenever I can, don't need no crutch, I'm so keyed up till the joint be burning my hand. Next time I roll it in a hamper to burn slow, so the ashes won't be burning in my hand, bruh. Hoogies get hit, but they know they gotta pitch and bend. I roll a joint that's longer than your extension, cause I'll be damned if you get high off me for free. Hell no, you better bring your own split cheap. What's up, don't babysit that? Better pass the joint. Stop hitting cause you know you got asthma. Crack the 40 open, homie, and guzzle it, cause I know the weed in my system is getting lonely. I gotta take a whiz test to my P.O. I know I feel cause I done smoked major weed, bro. And every time we with Chris, that fool rolling up a fatty. But the Tangeray straight had me. Stop at the light, man, my yesterday thing got me hung off the night train. You fade, I fake, so let's head to the east. Hit the stroll to 9-0 so we can roll big hashish. I wish I could fade the 8, but I'm no budget. Still rolling the 2 though, cut the same old bucket. Foggy window, soggy endo. I'm in the land getting smoke with my kinfolk. Up in smoke, yuck, I spray you, lay it down. Up in the OAK, the town. Homies don't play around, we down there blaze a pound. Then ease up, speed up through the ESO. Drink the VSOP up with the lemon squeeze up. And everybody's roller, I'm the roller. That's quick to fold a blunt out of a bunch of sticky doja. Hold up, suck up my weed, it's all you do, kicking feet. Cause we're IBs, we need tap like the foo-foo.
What's happening, TT?
Shit, Snake just straight cooked him.
Yeah. So we was at the gas station today. I told the bros, like, last one home or a dub, you know what I'm saying? And we all around in foreign, so it's super fun coming up through traffic. So, kind of felt like I made it for a change. I walked through. Lamborghini truck, Big Dre in the cut. Run them Bentley up behind me. Know what's in my cup. Doing 90 in a 35 like I don't give a. Aventador, I let Lil' Q them drive. Make sure y'all don't hit nobody. I can't lie, this rap got us living like we hit the lottery. Crip been knocking out one punch like he got in the boxing. I been flying state to state for drip, I done got in the shopping. Every other day is something fake, I'm ducking paparazzi. He ain't listen, they tap this nigga. Neighbor told me ain't got no budget. This ain't that and that ain't about nothing. I got rich but got folks still struggling. I got bros give a about nothing. I got don't give a about. I ain't did that bad if she ain't got no butt. Money, brain problems, okay, so what? P them too real, they bought me a Rolls Royce. I sent it back to get the newer version. Color 9 with the stars and they got the captain C's in the back. I went to white paint with the red goods. Some other cars in the match. They be like, ooh, off in traffic. Gotta put racing gas in my track. Get money, get money, get money, get money. I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money. All I do is get money, get money, get money, get money. I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money. How you make a whole chorus back in money? Cause all I do is get money. Monday through Sunday, Sunday through Monday. It ain't no stopping, always gon' clocking. Answer my booking phone like I'm trapping. He a good rapper, yeah, but he capping. I treat my shows like I'm getting lows. I gotta get off anywhere I go, yeah. Hop out alone, I'm in my zone. Most of this I done did on my own. Phone credit for that my mama did. I really treat Lil DT like my mama kid. Been poppin' since I bought me that Bonneville. I'm in Atlanta from back here to Summer Hill. I can't play around cause I know it's here, and I know it's real. Get money, get money, get money, get money. I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money. All I do is get money, get money, get money, get money. I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money.
Get money.
Dropped your mind, scooped it up, put it in my style. I'll be your robot girl. Come into me, my world. Ooh, boy, let me drop your predator. Hey, 'cause money, I want you back. La, 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 la.
Welcome back to the Morning Coffee Swig. I am your host, Steph. What up? Steph Tiller, what up? Good morning. No, J-Boy is not here today, so don't ask me again, even though nobody ain't asked me, okay? You don't gotta ask me to know what you asking. I know what you asking. I know what you wondering, yo. No. Great morning, everybody. Great morning. J-Boy is not here this morning. He's on tour, the Do Nothing tour, doing nothing but having fun. If you follow him on IG, you already know they have been doing the absolute most because it's Ho's birthday and whatnot, and they're on the road back. So straight travels to them. They're probably listening to the show right now. Listen, it's about us today. It's girl empowerment. And I say that because I got my girl with me, Miss Shyla. No, Miss Shayla. Miss Shyla. Am I saying it right?
Miss Shyla. You said it right the first time. Miss Shyla. Yep.
Miss Shyla. Okay. See, I got a tendency of saying it right and wrong, and then I like the wrong. I don't know why I like the wrong. All right.
Because
all right. Every day.
It
does. It's just a hot mess, girl. We give you guys an edge. The edge is something that bothers you, or just, not bothers you, but, something that just have you on the edge. You want to discuss. You want to bring to the table. Like, you know what? Let me air this out. And that's how we got to proclaim. Like, you know what? Let me air this on out. Let me set the record straight. Let's be clear. That's what the edge is. So, do you have the edge for them this morning?
I do have something that has me on edge.
All right, what has you on the edge this morning?
So, as we discussed earlier, everybody knows I'm, in recovery from Rona, so I had some extra time because you have to rest. You have to rest in order to heal. And I came across a Facebook post that pushed me to the edge. It states that, I'm going to read it verbatim because I don't want to misquote anyone. It says, to my young black brothers 20 to 30, here's the painful but helpful truth about marrying and dating black women. You will always find her need to appear right in the face of any situation at the risk of destroying the integrity of herself or the relationship is going to far outweigh her proclaimed love for you, respect for you, desire to see you happy, her self-respect, and opportunity for growth. She will lie to you and lie to herself and sleep like a baby before she allows you to hold her accountable. And he said facts. That's what he said. My problem with this is everything he described is character, not color. So in some of the things that he described, if he would have said about marrying a narcissistic woman, it wouldn't have pushed me to the edge. But this is a black man. I just feel as though what pushed me to the edge is that one, really, the women you have chose have done that to you, and you keep choosing them because either you a bad pick or you a bad picker. It's just like that. And then for two, he allowed a female of European descent to come on, and her comment was, well, best of luck, they're nothing now. So you mean to tell me, bro, out of your 40-something odd years, a black woman didn't carry you? And the simple fact that you still here, whether she raised you good or bad, you here. You got here some way. You not the second coming. You don't even look like the 10th coming. So that has me on edge. Here's my thing. If you don't want to date a black woman, you don't have to. We don't want anybody that don't want us. But what you cannot do is proclaim that we are the only ones that do that. No, you don't get a chance to do that. He tried to, and don't get me wrong, he tried to clean up what black women is, but you done tore down. And you cannot empower, inspire something that you despise. So, bruh, So I don't push you over the edge. Go on over there where you want to go. We don't want you. At the end of the day, every woman don't want to be wrong. That's not a black thing. That's a character thing, not color. And that's what's got me on the edge, because I need to, more to come back here and just rip it. Give me your melanin. You don't deserve it. I said what I said.
She said what she said.
I said what I said.
And that's big dot period, or however you want to say it. That's no cap. I don't let use all the lingos you can. Insert them right there in that space. So, oh my God, I completely agree with you. First of all, that's something that you would just think and not say out loud. As early on in your years, your mama used to tell me, you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. And you doggone well shouldn't be out here saying anything that damage the reputation of your black mama and your black sisters and your black cousins that you grew up with. And these black women were so good when you was picking them. They were good while you was, you were selecting to be with them. At some point they were good. They were great. And then you're going to pick another black one, even though. Yeah, you made bad choices. And then it shows that you have a type. You obviously have a type. Whatever your type may be, that you have a type. You definitely have a type. And nobody is critiquing you and your type, but don't put your business out there and then try to, project your insecurities on the next person, because it's not just a black woman thing. It's just a woman thing, period. Certain things are just what women do all together. They ain't got nothing to do with, girl, he done made me mad.
It has me on edge.
Look, I'm like, what's his name?
Go look at my Facebook page. You'll see it.
You've been on that rant on your Facebook page?
I had to repost it because anyone if you follow my show, then you'll know I'm an advocate when it comes to black men and make sure that we're speaking over them, because at the end of the day, we can say what we want to say, but black men can't make without black women, and black women can't make without black men. Period.
Facts.
We one doesn't
those
exist.
Are big facts.
You know what I mean? One doesn't exist without the other. So therefore, even if he felt like this, which you cannot tear down and not build back up. You don't knock something down without building it back up. He could have still come up and say, you know what, ladies, make sure that this is not you. But that comes from a place of bitterness. And for a non-African American to feel comfortable enough to go on there and say they're not nothing, move on. First of all, you better be glad Facebook ain't got physical touch.
Do you hear me? Your lips,
man,
and I'm here.
Karen, you wish you could do what I do.
Oh, yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that part right there.
That's my whole thing. Yeah.
But they don't want to have that conversation. They don't want to talk about that part. That's the conversation. Yeah.
You know,
that's a whole
historically,
right there.
Yeah, I don't want to have to fight in my home about my pride. I about me being proud of who I am. And the thing is that my message to this brother, and I say that loosely, is that if you tear me down, I don't have time to build you up. You know, you get what you receive. Plant it in, and that's what's gonna grow. You're not gonna plant your low self-esteem and your low self-hate and your bad choices over here on my good soul, and then want me to give you good soul. No. Go on over there. Go on over there. Whatever you wanna go on over there. Don't come over.
Do what you're gonna do but do it over there.
Do it over there.
Do it over
way
there.
over there.
I got you. All right, and that's the edge for the day, guys. Y'all see what has Miss Shala on the edge. It got me on the edge. I'm gonna go to the post, and I want to speak my piece because I believe in results. Something that I need to say to him. Maybe he can get it and receive it in a different light from me. But just so we're clear, my statement would make sure it says something along the lines of, don't let this happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bleeped out for a reason. I think I did a good job on that. But yeah, we're going to make sure that never happens again. All right, so moving right along to our local swig. With local swigs is what we give you guys every day. So we give you guys different places to go and have meet and greets and have a date night, somewhere to just socialize with your peeps. go and chill, go and relax, or just try a new place altogether. And that's called our local swig portion of the show. And we get to highlight these businesses, local businesses and businesses across the entire world actually that need this spotlight and need this the extra boost to their business. And today's local swig is going to be brought to you by Agatha's, A Taste of Mystery Dinner Theater. So this already sounds dope. Agatha's, A Taste of Mystery Dinner Theater. All right, so it's a comedy / murder mystery diner, and it's also a theater as well with audience participation. That right there, I'm sold. Anything with audience participation, I'm sold, because I'm always gonna point to the people that's with me and try to get them to go up there. I don't care if it's karaoke, whatever. I'm pointing to the guests that I bring to the show. I mean, wherever I go, I'm pointing to them. Hey, he wants to go, she wants to go. But there's no stage, and the actors, they all move around, so you get to see and hear them from all different seats. So it's not like you trying to break your neck to see what's going on, or, you know what I'm saying, lose stride. They everywhere. They just moving around, moving closer to you. Agatha serves a 5-course meal, so you do get 5 courses when you go and do the dinner mystery. They got the appetizers, they got the soup, the salad, and then of course your choice of entree and a dessert. So go out and check them out, y'all. Let us know how they are. Let us know if this is something that you would recommend to the next person. This is located at 161 Peachtree Center Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia 30303. That's 161 Peachtree Center Avenue. If you need to contact them, the phone number there, it's 584-2255. That's 404-584-2255. And again, that is Agatha's, A Taste of Mystery Dinner Theater. So check them out. Let us know. If you go there, be sure to post it on our page. Hashtag Morning Coffee Swig Sit Me. Hashtag Morning Coffee Swig. Just to let us know that you guys are supporting these local businesses and us as well. All right. So check it. We got to move on to some top swigs. And I've already let you guys know in the earlier portion of the show that the coronavirus has went up 40% in our children children cases. 40% is a lot, especially with the children going back to school. That's a lot. Now, I don't know how parents are, taking this, or if it's serious to them, or if they feel like it'll go away once the children actually go back to school. I don't know what we're feeling right now, because I don't have a little bitty child that's going back to school. Now, I do have a lot of friends that children are going back to school, but everybody is still so indecisive that it's quite alarming, like very alarming. Again, I don't have a little bitty child. Miss Charlotte don't have a little bitty child, so that's something that you will have to tell us how you feel, and you can also utilize our comment section to do so. Also, Donald Trump, he had 2 weeks to decide whether or not we were going to receive that stimulus relief for Corona, and see if the benefits of unemployment will continue, or if we're just stopping them altogether. So instead of stopping the 600 stimulus altogether, the House did decide, he did an executive order, and Donald Trump decided, I'm not giving anyone $600, I give you $400 instead. So, and that's not even in concrete, because as of this morning, now this came out on Friday evening, because he had a deadline until Friday to come up with something. And then as of Monday morning, so from Friday to Monday, they're saying that that's not even concrete, and that could possibly change as well. They don't know when they're even going to start releasing those funds. They did discuss another stimulus check rounds of the $1,200. However, that stimulus check is, no date for that has come out yet. So they don't have a date for that as of yet. So just know that you are going to receive a stimulus check. You just don't know when. You are going to get an expanded time period for your unemployment benefits, but you just don't know when. And as well as the evictions. So the eviction memorandum is also supposed to be put back into play because of COVID-19. And that's also that comes along with the bill of the stimulus as well as the unemployment expansion. So it's again a who knows. So if you're facing eviction right now, let me stop smiling. If you're facing eviction right now, you need to go find your resources, because we're not sure if that bill is going to come out again anytime soon, and your landlord will likely, try to pull a fast one on you. Miss Charlotte, what do you think about that? Because that kind of hurts my feelings. Every time I think about it, it hurts my feelings because there's no jobs right now, and with no jobs, and then they took away the unemployment. Oh my God, like, and then you could be possibly facing eviction, and if you're facing eviction and you already don't have any money, that's one. You could possibly be put out. You and your family, your well-being now is like completely destroyed, and on top of that, your mental well-being will be destroyed as well. And then I gotta send my kids to school. What?
Yes. So I guess my biggest thing is, at some point, what do they think is going to happen when you put a bunch of desperate people together? What do you think eventually will happen? Because my instinct is to protect my home. My instinct is to provide for my family. So with you cutting all of this off, what do you think eventually is going to happen? You know what I mean? Like, what I don't know what is thinking. And then when it comes to Donald Trump, who does he listen to? And if you watch that press conference, that was a complete power political move. It has nothing to do with the betterment of people. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. It was, and he even said it, he is the most arrogant and ignorant. I don't understand anybody so arrogant, so ignorant, all in one person. I don't know what his parents did, but somebody owed me a refund on him. But
do you hear me?
You know, that was where you don't have to pay these taxes, and if I'm reelected, I'll get rid of them. How, Sway? You don't even want to let me see your tax return. You fight. You have to fight
to this day.
How?
We don't know if he's going to be re-elected or go to a different, or not be president. Either way, we still won't see the taxes.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so at what point, as humans, it's only so much that we can take. And you have to, right now we're all in the same playing field. We all on the sick and shut-in list. We are, in one way or another, whether spiritually, financially, or physically, we're all on this list together. And so, number one, it never should have got to this point between the Democrats and Republicans in the House. This never should have got to the point where he signs an executive order, because it's going to be ridiculed. And on top of that, let's keep in mind the funds he's talking about are coming out of FEMA. It's coming out of FEMA. We're at the beginning of hurricane season.
Yeah.
Where's all this coming from? And then to sum it all up, y'all coming with all this money, but all I asked for was 40 acres, either cash, credit, and y'all can't find that money for me and my people. Okay, that's it. What I said. But what do they think? What do they think eventually is going to happen? Like, you know what I mean? Like, in all seriousness, what do you think is going to happen when people get so desperate until they feel as though they have nothing to lose? What will happen then? I
think that's what he's trying to get us to anyway. I think he's trying to get us to the point where we are desperate, and also with him pushing the ballots the way that he are from the homes, homes, stuff like that. You pushing it in one sense, but you're talking crap about it in the next sense. You're only talking crap about it in case you lose because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got all of this misinformation and all of the hypocrite information and the mix. He's just a mixed up person. Like, seriously, 1 minute I thought he was not doing well, because he's never doing well. It's always something behind it. It's always a motive. It's always just like, all right, I love you guys. If you do this, and this, and this, and this, and this. It's like, dude, what the... Like, every single statement, everything we come to with him is going to be that way. He's going to say, yes, I love you. I want to do this, and I want to help the communities, and I want to help these people do this and the third. And he say, well, you know what? Forget all of you. The votes ain't coming in like they supposed to come in. Ain't no stimulus check. I'm banning all social medias. You know, and it's just like one thing after the other. And speaking of social media, because I don't even want to spend too much time on him, but you know, he's so prevalent in the news right now, and it's also something that people need to hear and discuss amongst, you know, their friends and stuff like that, to see, you know, what people ask, how they feel about it. Well, I need to know your perspective. My coworkers, I need to know your perspective. What's your stance on it? But at the end of the day, it's Donald Trump we're talking about, so nothing surprised me with him. But TikTok right now is reportedly filing a lawsuit against the Trump administration. And this is coming after a plan that he put together to ban them, and also ban all of the other social medias if they were to continue to take down his tweets, remove his Facebook videos, tell him what he can and cannot post online. I mean, this is another thing that he said he was going to do that we know he cannot do.
And he got too much. That means you got too much time on your hands. That's what that means. That's exactly what that means.
Why do you care?
To even tweet that much, you got too much time on your hands. His leadership style is reflective in the country right now as a whole. And I do believe his purpose in it. I'm gonna be honest. We needed to see that because we needed that shake up, and we also needed to learn how to be grateful for good leadership again. So his foolishness, it was needed for us as a country. But in the same token, we just needed 6 months. Lord, creator, ancestors, anybody, we just needed a few weeks of the foolishness. This whole year is like, what the Ghetto Boys, last year Halloween fell on the weekend. This year, Halloween fell on 2020.
All of my 2020 back. I didn't even turn another year this month. I didn't even have this year, I didn't even have a birthday. I keep telling everybody, when I turn the same thing next year, mind your business and keep that same energy y'all had when they cancel my birthday and everything that came along with it. So, mind your business. Because Steph is turning.
I'm going to do something. Mine is next
supposed to turn 2020. It's next week? See, y'all got a little bit more leeway. My birthday was in the beginning when everything happened and everything shut down.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a March baby. Yeah.
Y'all got to be out there. Yeah, y'all did. Yeah.
Run that bike.
Run that back. But again,
those are his top swigs, guys. Yeah, it is his fault. I blame him completely. I need a sort of GoFundMe account because Donald Trump ruined my birthday. But those are your top swigs for today. Every day we give you guys top swigs. Tomorrow we will discuss what Kanye West has going on because he's still in it, and what Nick Cannon has to say about it. And also, guess who's a couple now? It's so juicy and messy. It don't make no sense, but I can't wait to give my opinion about it. All right, so enough of that. Now it's time to sit around the table, grab your coffee mug, grab your coffee cup, and let's have a little coffee talk. All right, so we teased the topic earlier. And, you know, we've seen a lot of, you know, Cardi B and Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion released their new song. It's called WAP. And upon releasing this, everybody has an opinion about the vulgarness of it, the raunch of the video, as well as the lyrics that are in the song. Now, you know, a lot of people would say, okay, music has changed over the years. Is it the newer music that's more damaging to the community? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people will argue that is in fact the case. And we have records that prove that that's not the case. It's just a matter of opinion. However, what are we moving forward? What are we even going to do? You know, what are we going to do as people to ensure that our children are not being raised by music? Our children are not being raised based on lyrics. That you're not raising your children based off lyrics or centering your life around that. So the coffee talk question today is, how do you feel about today's music changing, and is it too vulgar? So I just gave you bits and pieces of what's out there and the different perspectives. Now the question is, how do you feel about today's music changing, and is it too vulgar?
So I'm popping this one off. I'm gonna do the jump off on this.
How you feel about it?
So let me reference this by saying I'm a 78 baby, so I can go either way. I can go,
okay.
You know, yeah, I'm in the middle.
Okay.
But so nobody ever heard of Millie Jackson?
Ooh.
So Lil Kim,
we just talked about
Marvin Singh.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So again, because if these kids are listening to it, that's because
right.
you listen to all of that.
Right.
And I think that it's an accountability issue. If you don't want your kid, like I didn't learn about Millie Jackson until I got grown. And when I say I mean good and grown, it was a 2 in my age, because my mother didn't allow it. I had to be in a child's place. I had to be a child, and I thank God for I didn't understand it growing up. But now that I'm older, I had no, Millie has a whole song that says F you. Betty Wright was young when she said tonight is the night that you make me want. She was good young. Good young. So I'm not going to say, oh, now. And what they say, like, I'm not, I don't hear what people are saying, and you saying be an example for children. That again, it's an accountability issue, and it's misplaced energy. I want to know what my child's teacher thinks. I want to know how my child teachers feel. Because I can control if you can't get to me. We had to sneak and listen to music we wasn't supposed to listen to.
Right.
That's what's wrong with these kids. Now half of them lazy because you had to do work to listen to grown folk music when I was growing up.
Yeah, it was.
You couldn't just. But like I said, we worry more so about the celebrity that your child may or may never meet, or that.
All right, so you cutting in and out there. So, we can't quite hear everything that you're saying, but I'm sure we got a good idea as to what we think you're saying. So I'm going to give my take on it. You know what I'm saying? How do I feel about today's music changing? One, I feel today's music changed because, how I feel about today's music changing. The way I feel about it is there are some things that should be left unsaid. And I don't think that it pertains. My feelings don't pertain just to sex. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's a natural thing. My feelings pertain more to the instructions of, being a drug addict, or the instructions that are given to our younger generations to overcome like poverty issues and things like that. So that probably would be my issue. And then killings on top of that, being comfortable with killing. I don't hear anybody killing KKKs, you know what I'm saying, in their songs. I don't hear anybody like really standing up for women in their songs. It's mostly killing each other in their songs, or talking in a negative light about each other in their songs. That's the problem that I have with the way that music has changed nowadays. Now, not to say that's not what they were talking about on NWA and all of that, in the music that was coming up. But I had a different era of music that I grew up with. So my perspective is completely different. I grew up with pop, Biggie, NWA, I grew Cube. I grew up with a diverse rap history. Well, I have a diverse rap history in my in my collection, because all of these gentlemen that I'm talking about, every last one of them stood up for their communities. And we could hear that in their raps. We could hear that when they did their interviews. We knew that. We were for sure. But if you name today's rappers, it ain't many of them that's, risking their reputations or their careers for the culture or the community. Now, culture, yes, it's a trend. Is it a trend? Yes, it's a trend. And it is going to trend in music. And just like it trends in clothing, just like it trends in conversation. Everybody's talking about being woke and this, that, and the third. They ain't going to be talking about it in a minute. When it get real, nobody want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to get real. It's going to get, I mean, they're not protesting for nothing. They ain't protesting for nothing. So it's going to get better. I mean, worse before it gets better. If anything going to get worse before it gets better, it's going to be that part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because we're still overcoming that. Our black communities are still suffering. Now, let me not get too far away from the topic. Now, that is how I feel like today's music have changed, because they back then discussed issues that were current and how they getting through them, how they just getting by, what the government is doing right and wrong. They cared. They brought awareness to those situations. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, we ain't saying that if you touch me, I won't touch you. It don't matter what color you are. So it's a figurative term then and probably now to discuss, you know what I'm saying, what you would do to the next person. However, with what's going on now, we only have maybe like one or two individuals that are speaking out about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's to save their career or, you know what I'm saying, or why, or they just don't care. Lil Wayne made a statement that said, hey, I don't care. You know, Black Lives Matter don't mean nothing to me. I don't care nothing about it. You know, Black Lives Matter don't affect me. And that rubbed a lot of people wrong way, especially Jason. Jason can't stand it. If I'd have said that right now, he's probably going crazy in the car right now. Like, why would you even bring that up? He's still trying to forgive him for saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because he went too far with that. You know, sometimes you would go too far with some stuff. And so now, again, let me tie that into, is it too vulgar? Can you go too far? Is there such thing as going too far? Yes. Because the people did it before doesn't mean we still have to do it today. Yes, there is a such thing as going too far. Now, do I think the music is much more vulgar nowadays than it was back then? Absolutely not. When I first heard Lil Kim, I was like, really? Betty Wright was one of the first women that I ever heard talk about a sexual encounter with a man, and I was nowhere near of age. And I had to act like I wasn't listening to the music, but I was listening to everything. I was standing on the side of the house. They were sitting on the porch, kicking it. All the grown folks, all the kids was everywhere else playing, and I'm on the side of the house like, oh my God. I heard the lyrics. I listened to it. I knew what they were talking about. So that, and then to listen to the men were also doing the same thing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't, to me, the men were doing the same thing as the women. Like I said, Betty Wright was the first woman that I heard to speak that way. And Lil Kim, and then came, you know, others, all the others. But about Ye, Salt-N-Pepa, that's who it is. Salt-N-Pepa was another group that made it fun. They had a vivacious personality, but they were talking about sex. TLC, they had vivacious personalities and looks, but they were talking about sex. So we cannot condemn the Nicki Minaj, we cannot condemn the Cardi B's, we cannot condemn the Megan Thee Stallion. However, they should utilize their platform in a balance. Who am I to tell a person what to do with their job? But, I mean, utilize it in a balance. If we're going to know about how you look naked, if we're going to know about what you do while you're naked, and what you do this and the third, and then only time that we hear about your personal life is when you in some trouble and your ass needs some help, that's not helping nobody but you. That's a one-way street. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we hear about how you feel about certain injustices that's going on within your community? The same people that support you should be the same people that you're catering to. That's just my take on that. So it's I don't know. It's you danged if you do and you danged if you don't. But like I said, I just feel like it's no worse than what they were talking about back then. Because what they were talking about that back then, child, it's way worse than what they talking about now. What they talking about now, we done heard it before. All right, so we got Miss Shyla back. So what you think about? Because I just been talking and giving my perspective. I hope you heard. Did you hear any of it?
I heard the last part of it. I did.
Okay.
So I heard the last part.
All right. So I was.
What's the last part I heard from me? Did I freeze up at the very beginning?
No, not from the very beginning. Actually, we heard your thought through. It just cut out after that. So,
okay.
But I want you to finish. I want you to go ahead and explain. You know how you feel about it.
I definitely agree. Like I said, as far as like Millie Jackson, you know, I don't know if I'm showing my age, but On her album cover, it showed her sitting on the toilet with her album cover. So I don't think that this is nothing new. Like I said, when I heard, WAP compared to what I've heard from Trina, Lil Kim, Kaya, it's nothing new. I believe there's space for each different type. So it's a balance to it. So yes, you have the Cardi B and the Meg Thee Stallion, but you also have Rhapsody. And you know what I'm saying? But right now, who's making the most?
Right.
So it relies on us as far as an accountability issue to say, okay, yeah, shake, twist, fast. But again, you have people like Rhapsody who, and she's my favorite, so that's the reason right here. Me will go to her. It's that actually says something. You have the Queen Latifah. It's a balance in space for each one. As far as the children, again, that falls on the responsibility of the parents. A lot of things, like you said, I had to act like I didn't hear it. Because if they would have known I was listening, what are you doing? It's not that. I think that we have to stop the whole, want to be cool. Like there's a respect that I have for my parents. Yes, as an adult, we can laugh and we can talk now about certain things, but there's a certain respect that I have for them that will never get crossed. That was raised for me from the beginning, and that was the separation of, like I said, I couldn't. They party, they listen to vulgar music. I couldn't listen to that though. And so, like I don't. Is there any such thing as too far? It depends on your audience. It really does. But if we're going to do it, we have to do it across the board. Until our teachers and professors and educators and nurses and caretakers make more than our entertainers and our athletes, then what are we really talking about here? Again, an entertainer is that first, an entertainer. If they choose, it's nice if they do stand up. And let's be honest, Cardi B, she's very vocal about social injustices and things like that. She's very vocal about that. So you can't have one without the other, because at the end of the day, she's vocal because that's what she believes in. But she's an entertainer first because that's what pays her. And that's what she's supposed to do. She's in business. People get in business to make money. They don't get in business to please you. That's passion. You know what I mean? So I really can't be mad. Now, personally, I thought the song, the video, I miss seeing videos though. I grew up with the Hype Williams, the bright colors, and I actually love the video. I don't think as far as, I'm not sure the women's empowerment perspective of it. I mean,
I didn't see that.
Because we all got.
I seen sex sales.
And we all knew that because this is the only time in history where prostitution ain't and they ain't made no money.
Well, I'll be damn, Shiloh.
Other than that, they still made in recession, everything else. They were still making money. Corona's the only thing that's been able to shut that down since the beginning of time.
True,
you know what I mean?
When it's ever been still getting corona, but they still stripping.
But they were closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Easter. I think what was it, Easter weekend? Everything was closed. Church was closed. Strip club was closed. Everything was closed. So I just don't like that. I just don't. I think that it was a nice break from talking about the show from Corona and social injustice. I think that video provided a nice break from that. And shout out to Frank Ski for because he made that was a good bag he just made. A good bag. Because it's sampled, for those who may not know, you hear that when we say some hoes in this, that is from Atlanta's very own Frank Ski. So shout out to him for getting that, because he has kids. That added to his legacy. I just believe there's a balance in it. So, for every Cardi B, you got a Rhapsody. For every Little Kim, you got a Queen Latifah. You got an MC Light. And there's space and there's room for all of them.
Yes, I agree 100%. You gotta, and then there's lanes, and then there's levels as well. And how I see it is, if your child is already listening to the old Lil Kim or the old Trina and Betty Wrights and all of that, child, She may be your age, or she may be ready for something that you need to sit down and discuss and have a conversation about it. If that's her level of music that she's listening to right now, there's no such thing as letting music raise your child. That's something internal. Music don't raise your kids. And I think that's the biggest myth that we're going at right here. Is it too vulgar, or did they go too far? They're not raising our kids properly or being a good role model. First of all, the first role model that you're to know will be you. That's in-house. So if that's what you listen to and that's how you carry yourself, I can see why you're saying that. I can see why, why people will relate to that statement. I've never related to that statement personally because I've always given my son the options to listen to everything. Know what you like, not what everybody else like. Because contrary to popular belief, I'm an alternative rock girl. That's what I like. Do I know every rap song? Yes. Do I know every R&B song? Mm-hmm. Yes. Any baby make a song that ever have graced the earth, I probably know it.
If the kids act a certain way, that came from somewhere. How was you at that age? And it might tell you how this is going to turn out. So then the conversation needs to be had. This is what I did, and I want better for you.
Right.
You got to own it. You got to own it. If you was a little,
nobody's running around accepting accountability now, Shala.
You know what I'm saying? If you a little hot at that age, and your son or your daughter now showing to be a little hot at that age, you need to be honest and tell them what the results of that can be, because they're responsible for what they know. So if you're constantly like, don't do this, like you didn't do nothing, you're not helping. The conversation needs to be, look, this is what I did, and I don't want this for you. So I just, before you turn on the radio, look in the mirror, yo. That's just me.
Know your lane. Know your children. Know your seeds. You know your seeds because you know yourself. If you know you off the chain, then 9 out of 10 your kids gonna be off the chain. So I posed this question onto my Facebook. And, of course, the comments are, how do you feel about today's music changing? Is it too vulgar? And this is what I got from the people that are on my personal page. Darnell says, we grew up with Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, Trina, Patra, etc. We just live in a time where everyone is so sensitive to any and everything that it's annoying. I agree with that. Everything that somebody says shouldn't affect you directly. I promise you it should, because they don't even have anything to do with you. So why are you so mad about it? That's a level of insecurity that I won't relate to and I can't relate to. Now I can bring it up and have an opinion about it because it's a platform of, in which I'm in. That's the industry I'm in. I'm in media. I'm supposed to have an opinion about something. I'm going to stand on it, whether you agree to disagree or agree to agree or disagree to disagree. That's fine. All that is fine. I want all the smoke when it comes to my opinion. Anyway, Deshauna says it's no different than what we had with Uncle Luke, Plies, Trina, Lil' Kim, all of them. Talk about the same thing. Ricky says the same thing. Everybody must have forgot about Lil' Kim, Trina, and Kaya. Kaya was a my neck, my back queen. Even the children were saying my neck and my back. And sometimes kids don't know exactly what we're saying, what they're saying in the music. I never knew what Keith Sweat was talking about, but I sang my heart out. Like,
I don't have to. I don't know now, because the whole relationship thing. I be like, do what?
God, I sang them songs. I sang them at the top of my lungs. My aunt used to let me. I ain't gonna say her name, ain't it? But my auntie used to let me sing them. But that's only because she knew I had no clue what they was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Certain things wasn't discussed in my home, and certain things wasn't discussed in my friends' homes to the point where we were being exposed too early. We didn't get exposed too early to certain things, so no, we didn't know what it was about. Let me see, Mr. Carter House, Mama, he says, if you ask me, people like being followers of whatever is hot at the time. Example, no more hot girls summers. It got my girl shot in the foot. So what he's saying is it was a trend to follow the hot girl summer with Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. Now Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B is on some, we don't cook, we don't clean, we don't do nothing, we just look pretty. That's it. That's how you keep your man. Oh, then also what we also do in the bedroom. So that, I guess if she got shot in the foot, she must be pregnant. That's the only thing I can see to stop a hot girl summer right now is she got to be pregnant. Mama, is she pregnant? Let us know. Let Morning Coffee Swig know if she's pregnant. Dominique says, I think that the world today is too sensitive to the music for these times. People that didn't let this little thing called that let anything hurt their feelings. And the other guy just says it's trash. It's vulgar. It's trash. In a discussion. So he's the only one that, is being honest about how he feel about it. Everybody else, I'm not saying that they're not being honest, but, he's the only one that say it's trash. It's trash.
How he get here, though?
I can see why he say that.
But I'm saying,
how he get here? He got here through bumping and grinding.
How he get here, though?
Through bumping and grinding. Probably.
Okay, I just want to make sure that, how he, how you get here. Again, I just think it's room at the table for all different types of it. So yes, you need the sexy Cardi B and the Megan Thee Stallion. That, but the balance is, if you're going to give that much energy to, especially if you're going to call it trash, and make sure you support music like Tank and the Bangers. You support, again, Rhapsody, who is one of my favorites. You know what I mean? I'm like you. I'm a lover of music, so I don't. It can be country. It can be gospel. All of it. I love music. But in the same thing that was happening when we refer to Millie Jackson, when we refer to Betty Wright, you also, on the flip side of that, you had the staple singers. You had Curtis Mayfield. You had them still giving out the messages. So it's enough room at the table. It's enough room at the table. And to be honest, our culture is the only one that says, is this too vulgar, is that too vulgar? You go over the country, you can talk about killing that man, run him off, then you can talk about getting drunk about it, and they all gonna be like, that's a darn good song.
Right.
We're the only ones
and
to do that.
You know what? They talk about it too. Country music talk about it. It doesn't matter what level of music, everybody talks and sings about the same thing. I promise you they do. If you never heard it, then maybe you've been under a rock. But so I'll say Beyonce. And I'll say Beyonce with this one because she has a perfect balance to me. Beyonce has raunchy music. Her music is all nasty. Every bit of it, from top to bottom. If you listen to her lyrics, Beyonce talking talk. Like she talks that talk. She talks that talk.
But because she's married to be overlooked.
She married. One, she's married. But two, she does it in a subtle way. And she don't continue to talk about it. And then she carries herself as a lady. What the stuff that come out her mouth, I be looking at her to look a certain way sometimes. Just like B. For real. That what you said in this video. Like, am I hearing this correct? Let me pull up the lyrics real quick, because I know this ain't what she said, but I think she said. But she did, and she make grown folk music, and she makes children music for children music. I think, and then with her using her platform to continue to build up her culture and express, her feelings about our culture, I think, again, that is the perfect balance that I was talking about, but there's no such thing as nothing being perfect. You know what I'm saying? So, but I give kudos to B. Shout out to B for everything that she does for us. However, when it comes to mainstream music, that's the thing. Mainstream music. All of the music that we knew back then, well, not all, but a lot of music that we knew back then, it wasn't on the radio. We had to listen to the CD. It was like one or two songs that was, that was where for the elderly and the young folks, and everybody in between gets the CD, cop the album, go home and listen to it, and then now it's a completely different thing. On top of that, right now, our mainstream is whatever. It doesn't have a discretion, and on the radio, it doesn't have a discretion, unless it's rap by men, but rap by women, no discretion. I guess it's because it's so few of us. Female MCs now that we just have to take it all. Anything we can get, we can take it, as a female. But then also on the side of that as well, you have so many people that are just against it because it's a woman, because it's a female saying it.
That's where a lot of it is. That's really
that's
just
all
where
it
a lot
is.
of it
Everybody's
is.
just mad about that.
Yeah,
all
that's
right, so
it.
I got
But
one more comment.
One more
question. One more comment from Facebook. She says, why does being sexually liberated mean broadcasting it to the world? I have no issues with the song, though. It's just not anything new. So I think her take on this would be, why discuss it? Is that what you mean, Charmian? Like, are you just saying, it's cool that you talk about it, but why broadcast it to the world? Are you, like, saying that you disagree with the song or how it's being portrayed in that light? Because she says you're right about that. Rhapsody is amazing, but because she's not slinging sex, no one is hyping her up. So that's again,
Yeah,
goes back
because
to
that's
the
not her
mainstream.
calling. She's in her lane. Yeah, that's not her calling. And I like in regards to why I have to talk about it, because they're artists. That's how you express yourself. You know, Steph. You know, being in media, and that's how we express ourselves. That's how, when we need to get a point across, we may carry that thing in our spirit all day. But when we get on the show and it's time to talk about it, it comes out. That's our expression. And while you may not say it like me, and I may not say it like you, it still may be the same sentiment. It's how it's just the artistic value of it. So you may have Reba McEntire, who may say, when I get home, I undress myself and I feel like this. And then Cardi B said, I strip down when I get home. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's just a matter of interpretation. It's the same exact thing. Chris Stapleton, who is one of my favorites, he said, I used to whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. Or I can't leave you alone. He talked about trying to drink you away. He said, I tried Jack. I tried gin. I tried all of their friends. But I can't drink you away. But T-Pain says, I'm going to buy you a drink. It's the same
and
thing.
Everybody mad.
It's just different interpretations. And everybody, you slap breast and melanin on it, and it's a it's a whole situation. But everybody said the same thing.
Yeah.
So I don't. That's the part I don't understand. I don't get, and it doesn't make sense.
I don't think we'll ever come to a resolve when it comes to our feelings about music. I think music is probably one of the most controversial things that we could talk about, because we would never see eye to eye if that's just not your thing. Because I won't let people talk bad about the artists or the people or the music that I like in front of me. I'm going to argue about it. I'm just not one that's going to say, okay,
that's all right.
No, I want to get my point across. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there will ever be a resolve as to how we feel about music. I think everybody's going to continue to feel different about music, and that should be okay. That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to agree to disagree about music, and it is what it is. So
and just don't listen to it. If you don't like it,
just don't. Yeah, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I like the video.
I mean,
everybody's mad about Kylie Jenner walking through the video, but why be mad at Kylie Jenner? One, she served no purpose in the music arena of it, but her fan base is coming to watch it because she's there.
It's business.
It's just one of it. It's business.
It's business.
It's just like today, Miss Shala, J-Boy won't be here today. Can you come on the show with me? I know you run your own. I know you got your own show, but can you come on my show? Yeah. Okay. Bam.
It's business.
And that's how
business.
It's entertainment business, but that's also how you support one another too. Charmian did.
Shout out to Normandy. That's what did it for me.
Normandy. Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's what did it for me.
I couldn't think of her name for nothing. So Charmian did say that she disagreed in the light of the song, in the light that the song is being portrayed. This whole thing is not about the song. America has an uncomfortable and unhealthy relationship with sex, period. Agreed.
But they all doing it. That's all about.
Everybody doing it, but don't nobody want to hear about it. If a female's pants are too tight, especially in our culture, if our pants too tight and we're a nurse, they feel like we're trying to do too much. No, my curves is just there, and whatever I'm gonna wear. Like no
matter what I put on, this is how I'm gonna live. You're gonna respect
your mental is what over sexualizes things. You're the ones that's over sexualizing everything. Because half of the stuff that they think is sexy, women ain't thought nothing about it.
Nothing sexy about
the sexiest thing to us, right? But they had a whole page about it.
About curves.
How women look, especially black women, look in scrubs. Doctors, nurses, practitioners, surgeons.
You're going to get these curves. You're going to get this work.
She said
you going to get this work. I'm sorry. They my curve, you going to get them.
Yes. Whether it's been
these
put
curves
in the or put in your face, you finna get them. You're
gonna get these because these curves have come down from the ancestors. They have fed babies both black and white. And I'm talking about
Come on.
breastfeeding, not just that. So no, you're gonna get these curves. You're gonna respect these curves.
Girl.
You don't like these curves, then why are you buying these curves?
Okay, now that is gold talk, because we just gonna talk right on through gold talk. But that right there, that was a lot like gold talk right there. If you don't know what gold talk is, that's what she just gave you. If you don't like it, then you don't have to buy it. If you don't want to listen to it, turn it off. But either way it goes, it's there for some people that actually like it, that listen to it, that thinks it's okay, and that are not thinking too far into it, because nothing that other people do outside of their lives could affect what you have going on in your lives, in your house, in your household, with your children, etc., etc., etc. All right, that concludes our coffee talk along with those goals. You know, of course, we have to do goals. Now let's get into some of these announcements. Wait. You have a show that's coming on this week, right?
Yes, I do.
Are you airing this week? Okay, let's.
Yes, it is coming on. I'm back. I have been gone now for 4 or 5 weeks. We had to take an extra week. Like I said, as we started on beginning the show, I survived Corona. Thank God and the ancestors, but I survived it. So I'm coming back this week on Wednesday, ATL's Next 100, 9 to 11. And my guest will be the gentleman from the Atlanta podcast, because trust me, after Corona, this birthday hitting a little different. And plus, I'm a Leo. Y'all know how we are. So we'll be doing all the extra. All right. Extra.
All right. King of the jungle.
Yes.
I can see Leo's about to start cutting up. Leo season's already done started. Y'all done already started cutting up. I think y'all came in a little early this year. Just showing out early. So, well, happy birthday to you, since you do have the birthday coming up. And shout out to you and your show. We will be tuning in. I really, 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 really appreciate you coming on this morning and having this talk. Let's see more announcements. So, Single Mothers Network, that will be airing on this Thursday. So be on the lookout for that. That comes on from 7:30 to 8. And it's a really, really dope show. So check that out. Also, today is National Lazy Day. So if you don't feel like getting up, moving about, you don't have to move a muscle. Today, you can lay in. But if you're going to get fired, then you might need to get up and go figure it out. But today is National Lazy Day and also National S'mores Day. So go outside, go out back. Start a little bonfire, cook you some s'mores, come back in and lay down and eat them, since it's National Lazy Day. That concludes our show for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting continuously. And make sure you follow our pages at The Morning Coffee Swig on Facebook, at Morning Coffee Swig on Instagram, at My Red Blush. And where can they follow you at?
Oh, you can follow me on social media at Epiphany Sweet, and also at Only One Shala. That's only the number one, SHALA. You can follow me all there. You can find me.
So, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Jason will be back on tomorrow, and I'm sure he's already listening right now, but he'll be back tomorrow. This was a whole female divine energy vibe that we had today. Shout out to us for making it all the way through. All right, let's conclude. Enjoy the wait a minute.
And thanks for having me.
It out for me. Oh, no problem. Yeah, that's when we really start the girl talk. Today, do it big. Enjoy the taste of life. Take a drink, take a sip, take a swig, and yeah.